You see, Golwalkar, the moment you get deeper into him, will evoke stronger responses because of some of the comments he made, especially in Bunch of Thoughts. Do you believe they are still relevant in 2023, that we should still be debating it, given the fact that the RSS completes 100 years in 2025? And the fact is, most of the people in the government, including the Prime Minister, are from the RSS. Should we be assessing the RSS more dispassionately, more clearly, even looking at Golwalkar in a more dispassionate manner?
Rajdeep, in 2 years from now, RSS will commemorate its centenary. Now, if we look at the evolution of Indian political thought and Indian political movements in the last 100 years, we see four distinct streams. There was the Congress, there was the Muslim stream, there was the Communist Party of India, founded in 1921, and the RSS, which came into being in 1925. Now, we see that the Communist Party is almost marginalized to the extent of being invisible. Congress has declined. Whether numerically RSS is the largest NGO or not is a different matter, but the fact is that it indeed is a highly influential organization with social influence and political hegemony. And therefore, we have to understand how the RSS came from 1925 or even 1947, when it was really a marginal force, to 2023, when it is at the center of Indian politics. Both supporters of the RSS and the critics of the RSS should try and understand this objectively. In the evolution of the RSS, one person who has played a very key role, ideologically as well as organizationally, is Guruji Golwalkar. He was the Sarsang Chalak of the RSS for the longest period.
33 years.
From 1940 to 1973. And I don't agree that he's dated. Whether he was mentioned by Dr. Mohan Bhagwat in his speeches or not, the RSS does not regard him as dated. And in any case, if you see the evolution of RSS thought and RSS organization, no one can say that Golwalkar doesn't matter.
So his ideas still endure?
Huh?
His ideas still endure?
Of course, they do endure. And I'll tell you how. As with many thinkers, his ideas evolved. Some of his ideas are certainly controversial and they must be rejected, and the RSS itself has rejected. And that's why those controversial things that the Christians and Muslims are internal enemies, which appeared in his early writings, the RSS itself has disowned, and they have been removed from the collected works of Golwalkar that have been published by the RSS. But I want to show, and here I would like to differ with what Shamsul Islam Saab said just now about Golwalkar. You know, whenever we talk about Golwalkar or the RSS, we have to keep in mind, at least I think so, that there are two aspects. In one way, RSS has proved to be polarizing, which is not good for India's unity or social harmony. But the core of their ideas is also for the unity of India. And this complexity, if we don't understand, then we fall into either being rigidly pro-RSS or rigidly anti-RSS.
No, but and that would mean that they are chameleon. You know what? The positive spin would be flexibility. The negative spin would be chameleon-like. You will change yourself to suit the conditions at that moment.
You know, Rajdeep, please give me 2 minutes. Please give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
Otherwise, this particular point about Golwalkar's thoughts on Muslims in particular will not be properly understood.
Please go ahead.
Now, in 1972, 1 year before his death, he gave an interview to Khushwant Singh of the Illustrated Weekly of India. And Khushwant Singh, by no stretch of imagination, can be called pro-RSS. Now, he begins the interview by saying, there are some individuals whom we start to hate without even bothering to know them. Guru Golwalkar comes first in my list of such persons. Then he asks a question, what are your thoughts on Muslim issues? Golwalkar's reply, I have not the slightest doubt that historical factors alone are responsible for the divided loyalty that Muslims have towards India and Pakistan. Moreover, both Muslims and Hindus are equally to blame for this. He says both Hindus and Muslims are equally to blame for this. Nevertheless, it is not right to hold the entire community responsible for the guilt of some people. We have to win over the loyalty of Muslims with love, and certainly by not by mob lynching. I'm optimistic and I believe that Hindutva and Islam will learn to coexist with one another. Okay, this is point number one. Now there is another very important point.
Quickly,
just give me 2 minutes. You know, it's very important. There was another interview conducted by none other than the editor of Organizer, K.R. Malkani. K.R. Malkani asked him a question about Uniform Civil Code, you know, which is a topic that is so current right now. Malkani's question, don't you think that Uniform Civil Code is needed to nurture the sense of nationalism? Golwalkar's answer, I do not think so. What I say on this issue might surprise you and many others, but this is my view, and I must speak out the truth as I see it. Malkani questions, don't you agree that uniformity is needed to promote national unity? Golwalkar says, harmony and uniformity are two different things. For harmony, uniformity is not necessary. There have always been limitless diversities in India. In spite of this, our nation has remained strong and well organized since ancient times. Nature does not like excessive uniformity. And you know, one last sentence. He says, there is no basic difference between those who favor appeasement and those who favor uniformity. Those who favor appeasement and those who favor uniformity. I firmly believe that uniformity is a pointer to the downfall of nations. Now this is Golwalkar, so iconoclastic.